What's going on, everybody? Gary Bear Dreaded here with another video for you guys, and today I'm just going to be discussing cleaning dreadlocks. How do you do it? How often you do it? Why do you do it? How do you do it? If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into it because I don't like long introductions. So, first thing is, do you wash your dreads? I mean, that's a commonly asked question that I got all the time when I had dreads. I mean, all the time. Okay. Every day, somebody would come up to me and say, do you wash your hair? How do you wash your hair? And all these questions would start just coming, and it drove me crazy. Well, I'm going to answer that right now. Yes, I washed my dreads. Yes, I washed them on a frequent basis, okay? I would not go more than 3 days, sometimes 4 days, without washing my hair. And I used the proper shampoos, which I'll cover later in this video, but I did wash them, and a lot of people do wash their dreads. I mean, that's what helps the locking process. If you have dirty dreads, you're going to have a lot of sebum, which is your hair's natural grease and oils from your scalp, soaking the roots of your dreads, making it all greasy, and it won't want to knot up if it's all slippery. But if you have, healthy hair that doesn't mind knotting and doesn't mind wrapping around each other, then yes, your hair will dread better than if it was dirty. But yes, definitely wash your dreads. It's I don't know where the idea came from. Don't wash them. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible idea. Your hair stinks. Your hair will look bad. It will feel weird. Do not neglect your dreads to the point of not washing them. You can neglect them on the point of not taking care of them with loose hairs and forming them, but do not forget to wash them, guys. That is a huge point that people miss all the time. But jumping into number 2, I will say, how we wash them, this is where things get a little complicated because everybody does it slightly different, I feel. But in the end, it's the same process. It's the same results. There's 2 major processes / steps in washing your dreads. And this is very important because they're not the same thing. One is damaging if done too much, but one is, again, that thing is needed, but it's not needed every time. So there's 2 types of dreadlock washing. There's your basic shampoo in the shower. It's simple. Whether you use dreadlocks, which is what I used for a while, or another dreadlock specific shampoo, which is very, very important. That's a key side note here. Do not use a shampoo you can find in Walmart, Target, Kmart, Dollar General, wherever you go. Do not buy soap or shampoos, off of a shelf because that is asking for trouble. Get the shampoo online from dreadlocks, from even Dreadhead HQ. Get it somewhere where it's meant for dreadlocks. Now, there's some certain brands out there meant for dreadlocks that are not recommended, and unfortunately, there's so many out there that I couldn't even cover them all in this video, but one of the big ones that I'm going to say stay away from that a lot of people have heard of is Dr. Bronner's. I've never used it. I've never even seen it. I've never even seen the bottle, but from everything I've read, and I've done a lot of research on dreadlocks, is I get mixed reviews, and mixed reviews for me is a no-go. I need 100% yes, best information I can get because that's the information I give to you. I don't want to give you some mixed review and you turn out to be one of the people that gets something bad, whether it be a product or a method. I try and give you the best, results I can find and get, and I don't want to, halfway do something and find out I just ruined somebody else's dreads. So, Dr. Bronner, stay away from. Get away from Pantene, Dove, Tresemme, all that stuff. That's bad for dreadlocks. And don't ever use conditioner. Side note, kind of makes sense. You don't want your hair all soft and unknotted. The whole point of dreadlocks is knots. So keep that in mind. But anyway, moving forward here. Basically, whenever I get a shower, I got to shower daily, but every 3 to 4 days I would wash my dreads. And what I would do is get some dreadlocks on my hand and just kind of massage your scalp. Wash your hair like you would regular hair. Nothing really that different to it. Just make sure you wash it out. This goes for any brand of shampoo out there. Big thing. I cannot stress it enough. Just like I can't stress, don't use conditioner, don't use bad shampoo. Make sure you wash it out. You don't wash it out, you now have oils stuck in your hair, in your scalp, where you can't get in the dread. You now have all these different things that, sure, they're natural, but they're going to be stuck in your hair, and you do not want that because then that's going to lead to further issues down the road. So make sure you know what you're buying. Make sure you do your research. Do more than just watch this video. This video is just kind of like the bare basics. There's more to it than this video than I could even cover in a video. Make sure you wash all the shampoo out very, very thoroughly. A good rule of thumb I found was when you put your head under the water, if you have white water that it's still like shampoo is still coming out, keep going until that water is clear coming out of your dreads in the shampoo. And even then, it doesn't hurt to give it a couple more squeezes, a couple more rubs on the scalp, get everything out that you can. But moving on to the next point, on to the other method I was talking about is the deep cleanse. Now this is very important if your dreadlocks have been, if you've been sweating a lot and you've been noticing, maybe possible weird smells, like kind of a wet dog smell, if you will. That's usually buildup of shampoo, and it doesn't matter how good of shampoo you get, you're always going to have some buildup if you don't deep cleanse. And deep cleansing can be done horribly wrong, but it can be done good and healthy for your hair. And what it is you take baking soda, apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of water, and you mix those and put your dreads in that bucket, sink, tub, whatever you have it filled up with. I don't recommend filling up your bathtub with apple cider vinegar. That'd probably smell horrible for a couple days. Don't mix them all together. Big thing. You have to do one after the other. Now, again, this is where things vary. Some people do put the baking soda and apple cider vinegar together to create the reaction, put their dreadlocks in, but whatever you research and find out is best for you, do that method. I didn't put mine in together, and I actually added a couple things, a little bit of essential oils, some lemon juice here and there, tighten up the dreads a little bit, and to give it a little bit more of a, what's the word, de-mold. It prevents mold buildup, basically. But you have to do that, because if you don't, you're going to, no matter how good of a shampoo you use, you're going to find buildup. You're going to find white residue in the root of your dreads. You're going to find your dreads feel really greasy at the tip, or not the tip, the scalp. They're going to look really greasy. If you don't deep cleanse, you're going to have a problem at the root of your dreads. And if you let it go, your dreads are going to grow out, and then that residue is going to stay in your dreads, and over time, I hate to say it, but it can have the potential, it does have the potential to turn into mold. Nobody wants that. That is a horrible thing with dreadlocks. Nobody wants mold. I don't, you don't, and if you do want it, then that's your thing. I don't know why you would, but some people surprise me in life. Do not let it get to mold, guys. That's a huge thing. If you have a problem, fix it up. Fix it right away. Deep cleanses are just, if you do it too much, you're putting baking soda, apple cider vinegar in your hair, dries your hair out, which is why I recommend it, once every couple of months. That's a good rule of thumb. Maybe once a month, whatever you want to do. Just don't wash your hair every day like that, or it will become dry, it will become brittle. It'll start to feel more like hay or straw rather than hair that's knotted up. So definitely make sure to cover that point again, use the right soap, deep cleanse. Don't deep cleanse too often. Don't deep cleanse too often. And the last thing is, how frequently do you wash your hair? Now, as I've stated, I wash my hair, every 3 to 4, or not now, but I did wash my hair when I had dreadlocks every 3 to 4 days. Good rule of thumb, you want to do it every day, go for it. You want to do it every 2 days, 3 days, once every week. It's kind of pushing it for me personally, but I always factor in your lifestyle. Do you sit at a desk all day and then come home and sit on the couch and watch TV? Are you outdoors all day sweating? What is your lifestyle? Do you sweat a lot? Do you get your dreads touching a lot of, maybe you're a mechanic or something. Maybe you work with something that can get in your hair. The more stuff you get in your hair, the harder it is to get it out. So it's good to get that stuff out as soon as possible by getting a shower, taking, all your shampoo and getting all that nasty stuff that's built up out of your hair. Because if you don't, again, it's just going to build up, and I already discussed where that's going to eventually lead. So make sure you get all the stuff that you can out of your hair, and just be smart with it. You can kind of tell normally when you need to wash it, but don't let it get to the point where it starts smelling bad, because nobody likes hair that smells bad. Nobody likes smelling bad. And, dreadlocks, same thing. You don't want those to smell bad. Nobody does. But definitely, stay on top of what your routine. If you want to wash them every 2 days, stay on top of that. Don't let it go from every 2 days to once every week or two, because people will pick up on that. people will start to notice, you will think like, wow, these do not smell like they used to. So always stay on top of that. And I will say, as a side note, I've noticed that this is a big question asked on like Reddit or online in general, is why dreadlocks have that wet dog smell. Well, I'm going to tell you this because I had it before I removed it myself. If your hair smells kind of like gym locker clothes, or like old damp clothes, or anything like that, maybe like a sponge in a sink, that kind of smell, chances are you have a residue problem. And don't freak out, because it can be fixed rather easily too. Use the deep cleanse method. Someday I will end up making a video on the deep cleanse method, but I'm not really in a rush to get those supplies to make that, because as you can see, I don't have dreads anymore, so it's not like I'm doing that like I used to. But definitely look into deep cleanse methods, and don't do it the wrong way. There is a very wrong way to do it. Don't do it that way. Research that a little bit. Get into the loop of what deep cleansing is, why you need to do it. But yeah, the more you use regular shampoo, the more you're going to want to deep cleanse. So they kind of go hand in hand, because, again, no matter how good the shampoo is, you're always going to have a little bit of residue over time. But it's not the end of the world. It comes out of the deep cleanse. So I guess I will cut the video here, guys. Thank you for watching, making it to this point. Again, I really appreciate it. I'd love a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. And I'm always going to continuously making dreadlock videos. In time, I would not mind, making a video that is a whole different subject, just kind of life stuff, stuff I do during life. If you'd be interested in that, just let me know down below. Kind of like a vlog, I guess, but more of like an update kind of thing, not just like taking a video of everything I do. So if I go to the store, I'm not going to record me going to the store describing my shopping trip. Nobody cares about that. But yeah, so again, if you liked it, I really appreciate the support, and hope to have more videos coming at you soon. But until next time, guys, peace.